Okay, so today I will solve again question paper problem only. Okay, very important problem. Something new which we will learn about doing something called as financial modeling. So let us start with question number 6. Okay, so question number 6 is the question looking to be lengthy, but it's a simple problem. And remember, question number 6 is your case study problem. Okay, these are all case study problems. Here onwards I will try solve in the classroom. Okay, so let us start with the class and be ready to answer in the chat box about the calculations and how is the number coming. Okay, KTR is a popular restaurant. Okay, KTR company is a popular restaurant. One second, sir. Yeah, now it is visible. Question. Is it visible? Question.
Yes, sir.
Right. So KTR is a popular restaurant in South India and which is owned and run by R. Okay. A star chef specializing in South Indian cuisine. Okay. Q is interested in buying. Okay. Q is interested in buying and pay, restaurant name is KTR, which is run by R. Okay. Q is interested in buying the restaurant and have been provided the following data. So now Q is ready to buy, right? And who is running the company? It is running by the R, right? So can you put your answer in the chat box? Now what can be, who is buying and who is target here particularly? Who is buying the restaurant and who is selling the restaurant? Can you just put your answer quickly in the chat box based on this information so that we can go ahead with the next paragraph. Okay. Can you put your answer in the chat box? Q is buying and R. Yeah, correct. I got few answers. Yes, perfect. So some people they answer in the chat box. Correct. So Q is buyer and R is the selling, right? So let us see the further what calculations comes over here. The restaurant can seat 100 dinners. Okay. Diner, sorry, it is a diner. So there is a capacity of 100 and it has 2 sitting for lunch and 1 sitting for dinner. Very important, this one. This particular restaurant, which is given over here, it has 2 sittings for lunch and 1 sitting for dinner. Okay, remember this point. It fills 80% of its seats at lunch and 70% of its seats at what? Dinners. Okay, that is what they given. The restaurant remains open for 340 days for the public. Okay, in a year, out of 365 days, in a year, 340 days, the restaurant is open, right? The average price, okay, what is the restaurant average price for lunch is how much? It is 40 rupees. So the average price for lunch is 40 rupees and the average price for dinner is how much? They charging 50 rupees. This is what the information they given. Now next one, the cost of food is approximately 30% of the price of the bill. Okay, cost means expenses. How much their total? Now when we prepare lunch and dinner, obviously there will be some cost is involved and that cost is 30% of the price of the meal. Okay, out of the total whatever the it can be lunch as well as dinner. Okay, 30% is the total cost. There are one second. Next one is there are 25 employees on the staff of the restaurant and payroll amount to rupees how much? 10 lakhs. Okay. This is also, I need information. There are 25 employees are there, and what is the cost they are paying? 10 lakh rupees is the cost for the employees. Okay. The annual rent for the space used by KTR is for 2,40,000. Okay, this also I need information. What is the rent they are paying? They are paying the rent every year 2,40,000 rupees. The restaurant is expected to present to grow 6% a year. Okay, this also I need information. The restaurant is expected to grow 6% a year for the 3 years. Okay, for how many years? It will grow at a rate of 6% for the 3 years, and thereafter it will grow for how much percent? 3%. After 3 years it will grow 3%, but first 3 years it is growing at a rate of how much percent? 6%. That is was the information they given. Next one they given the estimated the unlevered beta of publicly by traded restaurant. So this restaurant is publicly traded, and the beta of this restaurant is 0.7. Okay, this also I need information. The average debt to capital ratio for this firm is 10%. Okay, this also I need information. Now, what is this average debt to capital ratio for this firm is 10%. What it means, out of the total capital ratio, okay, 10% is financed through debt. That is the meaning of this one. Okay, so total finance for the debt is 10%. So remaining how much? 90%. Can you tell me that 90% will be from where then? If out of total capital ratio, if debt is 10%, then remaining 90% is financed through what? What
Equity.
it will be in the form of what? Equity, right? Perfect. So remaining 90% is in the form of equity. Let us go to the next one. The risk-free rate is 8%. Okay, this also I need information. The risk-free rate is 8%, and the market risk premium is 5%. And the market risk premium is how much percent? 5%. Now you see, there is a beta is given. Okay, the unlevered beta of this company is 0.7, and weight of debt is given, risk-free rate is given, and market premium is given. Can you tell me in the chat box why this information is needed over here? What is the purpose of giving this information? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Why they have to give this all information? What they want us to do from this? Okay, I got one answer. What is the purpose of this information? Beta, then RF value, premium value. Only one person has answer as of now. Others? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Why we need this information? What is the purpose of this information? Okay, cost of equity. Right. Okay. Right. 2-3 people they have answered me here. Right. 4 people. 4. Right. Why we need that information? Right. To calculate equity calculation, cost of equity, right? Basically, that information is required to calculate what is the cost of equity. Is it clear? Right. Next, you are required to estimate the value of KTR. So you have to calculate the value of KTR, that is the restaurant, and assuming that tax rate is 40%. Tax rate is how much percent? 40%. And cost of borrowing is 9%. Cost of borrowing is how much percent? It is given 9%. So it means, what is cost of borrowing? Can you put an answer in the chat box? What is cost of borrowing? What it signifies here ultimately? Okay, perfect. So 2 people they answered already. What is cost of borrowing? It is nothing but what? Right. Perfect. So I got the answer. It is a debt. Debt is nothing but cost of debt. So it's signifying what is the debt of this company. Okay. Right. Now let us go to the next one. And that's all. All the information is completed. So this is case study problem for 2018 question paper. They asked this one. Okay. Let us see how to calculate. Now I want to ask very simple question. It is common for everyone. We all go for restaurants and all. Normally for any restaurants, what is the revenue? So here, if you see this particular restaurant, can you tell me they are getting revenue from what source? What is the revenue model? What is the revenue model? Can you put your answer in the chat box? This particular KTR restaurant is getting revenue from where? How they are generating revenue? Through what? Can you put your answer in the chat box? How this KTR restaurant is generating revenue? What is the revenue for them? Anyone? Okay. So ultimately, what is the how these restaurants will get generated? Any restaurant, what is the revenue model for them? By providing, yeah. Okay, I got two answers. Perfect. Yes, Neha, Varsha, Shiv Subramaniam. What is the revenue model for any restaurant? Food service. Okay.
Dining and food service.
Dining and food service. Okay. Very good. Okay. I can see sale of food and service. Right. Perfect. That is what I'm asking. No, you people must have, all of us has visited one or other restaurant. So how they generate revenue? You first thing when you go in the restaurant, they will give you the menu, right? That menu shows the revenue model of that any restaurant. Am I correct? Yes or no? So the prices must have fixed for each and every plate and what is the dishes they are offering and all. So from there, they are going to generate the revenue for the particular for the restaurant, right? So here also you have to do the same thing. And remember, you are going to do now financial modeling. So this is a not corporate valuation. You have to value also, but it is a one kind of financial modeling. This is how financial model prepares. So today we'll discuss how financial models are prepared of one restaurant. Okay, so let us start question number 6. So let us give heading. So the first step will be the step number 1. All of you just tell me the calculation. Calculations of, basically we have to calculate what is the total cash flows. Okay, the cash flows, or we can see what is the free cash flows of these companies. Okay, how much they are generating the revenues from this particular restaurant based on the information. So what we'll do, we'll prepare one table here. Okay, so let us see how those it will so table will be 2 columns only will come, particular and rupees. Okay, so 2 columns will come here. This is the first one, particulars, and this is the rupees. Now let us start. First, remember we have to start our model with revenue. Always we should take revenues first. Okay, then we should, from the revenue, what are the cost is incurring by this particular restaurant, that we have to see over here. Okay, so now let us discuss what are the revenue. So first thing is what the company is having a total sitting, how much? 100. There is 100 capacity is there, and it has 2 sittings for lunch. Remember, there is a 2 sittings, means maybe two people like this table wise, that is what they are sitting, and 1 sitting for dinners, that is what they are given here. So let us calculate the revenue model for first for lunch. Okay, from the lunch, how much they are generating the revenues. Okay, and what is the cost they are charging for lunch? The average price for lunch is how much rupees? Can you see here? It is 40 rupees. So lunch they are charging 40 rupees and 100 is the sitting capacity and 2 sittings for lunch. Okay. So what is the capacity for lunch at a time? 2. So but total capacity is 100. And this restaurant in a year, how many days it works? It is working for 340 days. The restaurant is working. So now let us calculate first. Let me write down here. What is the lunch price? It is rupees 40 per. Okay, that is what they given here. 40 rupees. Okay, we can say lunch price is how much? 40 rupees. So how do we calculate? What is the total capacity? It is 100. And in a year, this restaurant runs for how many days? 340 days. And what is the price they're charging? 40 rupees for lunch. And in a sitting capacity, what is the sitting capacity? It has how many sitting capacity for lunch? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Lunch, it has how many capacity? Can you see here? It has 2, right? Yes or no? So what is the sitting at a time? There are 2 is the sitting capacity. That is what they given here. So 2. So if you calculate 100 into 340 into 40 rupees is the price per lunch and 2 capacity. So what and on an average, what is the total revenue they are generating from lunch? Can you put your answer in the chat box? So what is the amount? Just multiply 100 into 340 into 40 into 2. I'm waiting for your answer in the chat box. Just multiply and tell me what is the total revenue from lunch. Hello. What is the answer?
Sir, once can you tell why did you take 100, sir? Only that part.
The total has the total 100 capacity. Restaurant can sit 100 peoples. Okay, I got 2 answers.
So we need to divide that, right? 2:1 ratio. That majority is for lunch and the minority is for dining.
No. We not to divide because we have to calculate the each revenue because lunch is separate and dinner both are getting the revenue generating, right? Here you have to just calculate what is the earning, what they're generating.
Sir, then what about that 80%, sir? They are not getting full amount of revenue, right?
This is the
Yes, sir, the
estimate.
capacity.
Yes, that I will tell you that one. Okay, I will tell you that. See here what they're saying. It is estimated cash flow that they have 100. If you calculate the 100% is the total capacity what they're saying. Okay, and that if you take it the total, okay, if that may fill on an average 80%. If you take at 100%, if it is, we have to take at the 100% level. If it is there, then what is the total revenue they're generating estimated? But it can fill 80% at a time for the lunch and 70% at the dinner. But total capacity of that restaurant itself is 100. That is what they're expecting over here. Okay. So it is 27 lakh. How much? 20,000 is the total revenue what they are generating from this. Okay. What is the another model? What they're generating the revenue from dinner? What is the price they're paying from dinner?
50.
It is 50 rupees. Okay. Let us assume it is at 100 total capacity. That into again the restaurant will work for how many days? 340 into what is the price they're charging? 50. But here, how much is the sitting capacity over here at a one time for dinner? It is how much? 1, right? So now can you just multiply and tell me what is the estimated revenue they're generating from the dinner?
$17 lakh. They're 50, sir.
Total how much? 17.
17 lakh. Yes, sir.
Now, what is the total revenue what they're generating from this? Total of this 27 lakh 20 plus 17 lakh is how much? What is the total revenue? That is what they're generating from here. 27 lakh plus 17 lakh. 27 lakh 20,000 plus 17 lakh. How much? It is 44 lakh 20,000. So this is the total revenue what they expect to generate from the lunch and dinner in a year. Let us minus what are those expenses, what are expenses they are incurring. The first expenses is the company is going to generate the total expenses of cost of food, which is how much? 30% of the total price what there, or we can say 30% of the total bill. So we can say the food cost is how much? 30% of the total revenue. Approximately that much they can incur the cost. So if we calculate 44 lakh is 20,000 is the total revenue what they generated. If you take 30%, they are spending in the form of what? Purchasing items and all. What is the total cost? Can you put your answer in the chat box? $44 lakh 20,000, 30% is how much? What is the food cost? Okay. 13 lakh. Okay, 26,000. So I got some answer here. 13 lakh 26,000 is the total food cost. Okay. Next one. After the food cost, what is the another cost they are having? That is staff expenses. Now, what is the staff expenses? What is the total salary what they're paying? What is the total? Can you see the staff? There are 25 employees and total amount of they are spending in a year. How much rupees? It is how much? 10 lakh rupees is the total staff cost. So we can write here total cost of staff is how much? 10 lakh. Next one, apart from this, what are the other expenses they are incurring? They have something called rent, right? Can you see in the question they given rent? So what is the rent they are paying every year? What is the total rent? It is 2,40,000 rupees. So 2,40,000 is the total rent. So now just take the total of expenses. What is the expenses they are incurring? So can you just take the total of all the expenses part? What is the expenses they are incurring? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Okay. Total expenses is how much? Okay, 2-3 people they answer. 25 lakh 66,000 is the total expenses for this particular restaurant. Okay. Now, can I calculate EBIT of this company or not? Restaurant. So how do we calculate EBIT? A minus B. So what is the total revenue what is generating and what is the expenses? So can you tell me what is the EBIT? Earning before interest, and what is the operating profit? Ultimately, EBIT is nothing but called as which profit? Operating profit is how much of this restaurant? Can you tell me in the chat box? What is the operating profit of this company, EBIT? Okay. Okay. So the total operating profit of this company is how much? 18 lakh 54,000 is the EBIT. So now EBIT is over, but here in the question, we don't know how much is the equity they have raised and how much is the debt they have raised. Okay. So less the interest part, we don't know because only the ratio of debt and equity is given, but total amount of debt is not given information here. So EBIT is over here. Okay. So now EBT is again 18 lakh, how much? 54,000. But can we see here, this company is, if it is a restaurant, they have to pay some tax over here. So what is the tax they are paying every year? Tax rate, assuming that it is how much percent? 40% is the tax. What is they paying? Okay. So calculate now. How do we calculate tax now? 18 lakh 54,000 into 40% is the total tax they will be paying. So what is the tax amount here? How much they are paying the tax? 18 lakh 54,000, 40% is the total tax. So this company will have total tax of how much? 7 lakh. Okay, 41,000.
Actually, there is a debt, right, sir?
How much they?
There is a debt of
Cost of
10% of capital.
Yeah, 10% of the capital, but equity and capital information is not given over here. So how much is the raise and how much is the total? Only the information is given that 10% is the total debt ratio out of total capital. It means this is my weight. This information is related to my weight.
Cost of borrowing also.
Yeah, the cost of borrowing is interest rate. Correct? So how do we calculate KD then? This information we can use for to calculate the KD here then.
Yes.
Correct? So now what is the tax they are paying? 7,41,600. Now what will be my earning after tax then? Of this restaurant on an average 18,54,000 minus 7,41,600. What is the earning after tax? Okay. Can you put your answer in the chat box? 2, 3. Okay. So total earning after tax is 11 lakh. Okay. 12,400. So we got the total earning after tax is how much? 11 lakh 12,000 is the, on an average, this is the total revenue they are generating. Okay. So we got earning after tax. Now, based on this information, let us see the calculation of WACC. Okay. Now, what is a WACC? Ultimately, it is the total cost of capital. So KO How do we calculate WAC? KD WD plus KE WE, right? Let us calculate one by one this information. First, we'll calculate the cost of debt. Okay, we can calculate KD. So what is the formula for KD? I bracket 1 minus T. So what is the cost of debt? Okay. What is the rate of interest? What is the cost of borrowing? So if this hotel is taking the loan, they will be taking the loan at what rate? It is assuming to be at cost of borrowing will be how much? At 9, right? So they are taking the loan at 9%, right? Bracket 1 minus T. T means tax. How much tax will be they paying? It will be 0.4. So my total cost of debt will be how much then? Can you put your answer in the chat box? What is the cost of debt then? It is how much? Okay. 5 point. Right. So total cost of debt is 5.4% of this particular hotel. Okay. Now KD we got. What is WD now? What is the weight of debt? How much it will come? WD. Out of total 100%, what is the ratio of debt?
0.1.
0.10, right? So weight of debt we got, right? Now let us calculate KE now. So how do we calculate KE? We can use here CAPM formula, RF plus B, RM minus RF, right? So the KE is RF. What is the value of RF? What is it? Let us see the question. The risk-free rate is given here in the question is 8%. The company's RF value is given here 8 plus what is the beta value? Beta of this particular restaurant is how much? 0.7. And RM minus RF. Do they given RM minus RF? Market return is given or market premium is given in the question? They have given something called as what? So what is the final answer over here? What we should write here? Is RM is given RM. So directly they are given market premium, right? Market premium is how much they given? 5.5. So K is equal to how much? 8 plus 0.7 point beta and market premium is 5.5. What is the cost of equity? Can you put your answer in the chat box? What is the total cost of equity for this company? It is how much? Okay. 11 point. Okay, fine. So 11.85% is the cost of equity. Cost of debt is also given here and cost of equity is also given here. Now, can you tell me WE? What is the weight of equity over here? It will come how much? Weight of equity? 0.9. So the total weight of equity is 0.9. So now can we calculate the total overall cost of capital? So we can say KD WD plus KE WE. The total overall cost of capital is, what is the cost of debt? So the cost of debt was 5.4 into what is the weight of debt? 0.1 plus cost of equity is how much? 11.85 into what is the weight of equity? It is 0.90. So the overall WAC of this company is how much? Can you calculate and tell me? What is the weight of total cost of capital? 11.205%. So overall WACC of this company is 11.20%, right? So we got here 11.2%, right? Right. So now WACC is over, right? All the information we have calculated. Why did we not deduct RF from RM? Prarthana, they given market premium directly. They given here. What is market premium? Market premium is nothing but the difference between RM minus RF. Okay, they have given directly over here. Is it clear? Okay, so now let us calculate the cash flows of these companies. Okay, now we got a WACC of 11.20%. So based on this, let us prepare one table over here. So what are the information we have to take in the table? Total 5 columns. Okay, now I will just tell you, because we have to calculate cash flows for 3 years, right? Then this will be my earning after tax, which is after growth rate, right? And this is my earning after tax of this company. And this will be present value factor at the rate of how much? What is the WACC rate? We got 11.20. And this will be my present value. So for how many years we have to take? Total cash flows this company is generating for how many years? 3 years. So now what is the earning after tax? Okay, can you tell me in the chat box what is the earning after tax? Can you see here? This company has generated what is the total cash flows for that particular year? We have 1 year cash flows. So based on this, we can calculate the future cash flows, right? So what is the cash flows over here? They given 11 lakh 12,400, right? 11 lakh 12,400. And remember, this cash flows, the company will grow, right? They expecting that this particular company is expected to grow at a rate of how much percent? 6% a year, right? Every year this cash flow will generate. The restaurant is expected to grow at a rate of how much percent? 6%. So now how it will come? 6% means it will be compounded at a 6% growth rate. So 1 point how much? 0.06. So what is the expected growth rate after that cash flows? How much it will come? So if you take this value, multiply with that, 11 lakh 12,400, which is growing to be at 6% every year. So what is the value after growth rate? Can you tell me in the chat box? How much value will come if it is growing company at a 6%? Calculate 11 lakh 12,400 into 1.06. 11 lakh. Okay. 79,144. So the total value after growth, it will be 11 lakh 79,144. Right. So now, what is a present value factor? Okay, that I will tell you later on. You can calculate 12% 1 rupee factor discounting. So the next year, what will be the earning? Okay, so what is the next year's total cash flow is how much it will be? What is the total earning of this particular value? Next year also it will compound it at a growth rate, right? Means this 11 lakh 79,144 again it will grow at a rate of 1.06. So what is the next year value? How much it will be? After growing at 1.06. So 11 lakh 79,144 into 1.06 is how much then? Can you put your answer in the chat box? $12 lakh. Okay, just make it round off, no? Hello? It is 12 lakh. Okay. 12,49,893. Is it correct? The value over here. Now next, this 12 lakh again, it will grow at a rate of how much? Again, same rate, 893 into 1.06. So what is the next year, third year value? If it is growing at 1.06. Okay. 13 lakh. 24,886. Right. So 3 years, this is the value which they expected. What is the discounting factor? This is a future cash flows. Now, based on this, we have to calculate present value. But to calculate present value, we need to discount this value at 11.20%. So can you tell me here, what will be the present value for first year at 11.20? First year value will be how much? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Present value of 11.2% discounted at 1. How much it will be first year value? 1 divided by 1 plus 0.1120 raised to the power of 1. What will be the value? Okay, I just want the present value factor, the discounting value.
0.8992, sir.
899. Okay, we'll take 3 decimal after point. Okay, second year value is how much?
0.8086.
8086. 8086. Okay, 808. Third year?
0.7271, sir.
727. Okay, right. So this was the cash flow. Now calculate the present value of first year. 11,79,144 is the future cash flows. Today's value is how much? You can put your answer in the chat box. $10,60,000. 381. Is it correct? 0.899. 10,60,000. What is the value? First year value is it correct? 10,60,000. If you take 0.899, let us take 0.89. Okay, 10,60,000. Okay, 00. Is this value you are getting? If you take at that particular value, 0.899. So what is the second year value you are getting? 10 lakh 9,913. Okay. Right. Third year, how much? 9 lakh 63,192. right? So, okay, fine. So you got these values. So now you tell me what is the total value of this? Just take the total of this one. This is explicit period. Okay. What is the total value of, or we can say NPV? Right now, what is the net present value of these three? Just take total. How much you are getting? 10 lakh 60,000, 50, 10 lakh 9,000, 913, 9 lakh 63, 192. What is the total value? You can put your answer in the chat box. What is the total value you are getting? 30 lakhs. Okay. 33, 155. Right. Okay, perfect. Fine. So this was the value which you are getting over here. 30 lakh 33,000. Okay. Just I will, as of now, I'll make it bold. Can you tell me what next we can calculate for this company? Next, what we have to calculate?
Terminal value.
We have to calculate something called as what? Terminal value, right? Perfect. So now let us calculate, add which value? Terminal value, which is also called as continuing value. So now can we calculate terminal value or not of this? So let me write down here. What is the terminal value? How to calculate? Just see here. The total cash flows what they generated after growth rate was 13 lakh 24 886 into. Now after this company will grow at what rate? Can you put your answers in the chat box? Company is expected to grow after 3 years. What at what rate? Okay. I got some few answers. Do you want me to show the question? Company after 3 years will grow at what rate? Hello? It will grow after 6 years at the rate of 3%. So now 3% means how much it will be? Into 1.03 divided by what will come in denominator now here? What will what will come in denominator? Divided by what we should write? WACC. What is the WACC rate of this company is how much? 11.20, right? So can I make it as 0.112 minus 0. What is the growth rate? 0.03. Again, you have to bring this terminal value at present value means it will come 0.727. Right? So now can you tell me what will be my terminal value of this particular restaurant? How much it will come? Okay. Carefully answer me in the chat box. What will be the terminal value of this hotel? Are you calculating? Okay. Others? I got answer through chat box. Okay. Two crores 96,000. Okay, 2 crores 28 lakh 90. Okay. What about others? Vaibhav? Okay. What is the terminal value? Few answers I got in the chat box. Yes, Shiv Subramaniam. Okay, so I got, okay, most of the people they answered now. 1 crore 20 lakhs. Okay. 98,000. Okay. 632. Is it somewhere near to that? Okay, that 0.727 and here if you take multiply, that will come some difference over here. Okay, 1 crore 20 lakhs 98,000. Most of the people they are getting. But somewhere in the value of 1 crores 20 lakhs. Is it correct? So now can we take the sum of the total value of this particular? Okay. What is the total value of this restaurant now? If they want to sell, okay, what price they should fix to Q? Q is ready to buy, no? So how to calculate the sum total value now? Your NPV plus TV, terminal value. Calculate and tell me what is the value you are getting here. Sum total value, or we can say the total value of this restaurant is how much? Rupees 1 crore 51 lakh 31,788. Okay, so this was the total value of this restaurant. Total value of this restaurant based on this particular WAC rate. So what you are required to estimate the value of KTR restaurant. So we have estimated the value of KTR. It is around 1 crore 51 lakh 31,000. So this price they should fix. Now this price who should fix? The KTR, nothing but R should fix to the Q if they want to sell that restaurant. Okay. What is the price? So this price approximately nearby, this is the price they can charge over here. Is it clear?